You are listening to Lagoon Radio.
Yes, sir. Good morning and welcome to the program, Newspaper Review. You're onto Lagoon Radio, your number one online gospel radio in Nigeria and the official radio of the Anglican Diocese of Lagos. We are transmitting live from the Diocesan Palace right here in Marina, Lagos. Yes, it's 27 minutes before the hour of 11. Remember that Newspaper Review comes your way every Friday, 10:30 a.m., but 9:30 a.m. on other weekdays. Yes, and today I am not alone in the studio. By the way, I am Anosike Chimezie, and with me in the studio,
I'm Kayode Ezekiel. Good morning.
Solomon.
Sandra Nche.
Okay, you know how it is. We'll be running through down all the papers available this morning with us. Remember, you can download the app on Google Play Store and Apple Store. Follow us on our social media platforms: Facebook, Lagoon Radio Nigeria; on Instagram, Lagoonradio.Ng. Listen to us directly via the link www.lagoonradio.ng. And yes, our first point of call this morning on the Punch newspaper and the lead stories: subsidy. FG may deduct 2.4 trillion naira palliative from Federation account. Plans talks. Yeah, states provide list of 42 million beneficiaries of 5,000 lags monthly. Government must freeze refineries before removing subsidy. Pengasson insists. Okay, Boko Haram has ready tools from today's 14 million out-of-school children. Obasanjo, that's on page 5 of the Punch. Malame arrowhead of EFCC's move against Obiano. Anambra alleges. That's on page 3 of the Punch newspaper. Nigeria Air, FG to float IPO, begins operations with 3 planes. The Minister of Aviation is saying that FG, federal government, will float IPO, begins operations with 3 planes. For more on that story, read on page 16.
That's
of
a
the Punch
good
newspaper.
news.
Good news.
Good news.
Let's wait till that's next year.
Okay.
And also, Lagos planning 3,400 housing units for workers, according to the governor, Babajide Sanwo-Olu. Ondo Assembly suspends local government chair over alleged fraud. 5,722 Nigerian specialists, 1,540 others practicing medicine in UK. Popular Buhari supporter killed, burnt in Anambra. Widow fingers errant ex-tenant. That's on page 26 of the Punch newspaper. Trafficker caught with 2.7 billion cocaine, claims 1 million reward for mother's eye problem. Page 6 of the Punch. Comedian Babasuwe buried as family. Islamic clerics disagree. Page 4 and 5 of the Punch newspaper. We are kidnapped, raped while traveling to Libya, says 21-year-old returnee. It's a very painful story, very painful and sad story. And we are advising the young Nigerians. Yes, everyone wants to leave the shores of this nation, but if you must travel, if you must leave, make sure that you have the necessary papers, necessary documents, and go through the right channels. This story keep on coming out day in, day out. Before the end of the year, you will still hear some of this. There is no shortcut anywhere. If you must travel through the legitimate means. Make sure your documents are okay. A lot of these people posing as traveling agents, they are fraudsters. They are fraudsters. Okay, let's move on to the next. Ezekiel, what do you have?
Yeah, with me I have this newspaper, today being the 26th day in the month of November. I have Nigerian Tribune. I have this written with the biggest font. Petrol price hike will double all vices under APC, says PDP. I know it's political, Abi. Says Nigerians now beggars. Debtor nation through Buhari's borrowings. Of course, I think they are right. Or don't you think they are right?
Yeah.
It might be political, but I think they are speaking the truth this time. So I think the president should reconsider. This is a special report. I have this. Nigerian to lose revenue as cargo diversion during Yuletide looms. Or maybe I should take that again. Nigerian to lose revenue as cargo diversion during Yuletide looms. You can read more on the 5th page of that newspaper, and I have this written beside. Conducting election in Nigeria is like holding exercise in 14 West African countries, says the INEC chairman. You can read more on the 2nd page of that newspaper. I think that's his opinion, Sha. Voila. Anambra Guba poll free and fair, says Buhari. Right? It's on the 2nd page, so you can read more. On the OAU MBA student that died, I think was killed, right? Declare hotel owner's son wanted. Lawyers tells police. Declare hotel owner's sons wanted. Lawyer tells police. You can read more on the 27th page of that newspaper. I have this. Sanwo-Olu opens 480 housing units in Ikorodu, as being said. I think, Chimize, you had it on that Punch newspaper. He further names the estate after ex-NBA president B.O. Benson. Well, if you're interested in this, you can read more on the 2nd page of that newspaper. I have this on Ataga issue. I bought the C's laptop for 495,000 from Chidinma. Says a witness. You can read more on the 27th page of that newspaper, the Nigerian Tribune. I have this. SSA student jailed for 3 weeks for threatening to kill teacher. Hey, this is a disordered word. Well, it is well. God be I hate. You can read more on the 23rd page of that newspaper. NDLA intercepts cocaine worth 2.7 billion naira at Abuja airport. But sorry, Chimezi, I want to ask one funny question. How did the NDLA know the price of that cocaine?
And they will weigh it once the person is caught.
So the question is this: it is illegal, right?
It's illegal.
How come? Are they selling it somewhere?
That's why they are specialists. They have people in that field
that they are selling.
No. Not that they are selling.
Okay.
This is a government agency.
I understand.
They regulate drugs.
Of course.
So,
the fact is this. Do they sell? Or do they know those that sell? How did they get to know the price?
It's a global community.
Okay.
This is also an established government firm.
Okay.
Whatever that runs all over, the government is aware of whatever that is happening.
Okay, do you know why I asked you that? I thought to become a second wife somewhere, you must be a concubine for some time. Well, of course, that's the truth.
Sure.
You can grab a copy of that newspaper and read more. It continues on the 26th page of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. I have this on NSAS. White paper not known to law. I think it's counter. This from Falana is against Lai Mohammed's opinion that the military, the Nigerian army, for the fact that they should have the report on white paper. Well, Falana says paper not known, white paper not known to law. Well, he further says members can't edit report, and he says also recommendation can only be challenged in the court. So you can read more on this if you are interested on the 2nd page of that newspaper. And I have this as the penultimate content that I'll be running through on this newspaper. I have this: federal government threatens oil companies involved in oil spillage. I think it happened in the Niger Delta area of the country. Well, it is well. God will take over. You can read more on the 22nd page of that newspaper. And I have this: South Africa detects new COVID-19 variant. Hey, you need to be careful. Yes, you can read more on this. It's on the 19th page of the Nigerian newspaper. Grab a copy and have yourself informed.
moving on, Solomon, what do you have?
Moving on, the newspaper Daily Trust on page 32 and page 33. Pro-PDP's missing 11.8 billion naira. Ex-party chair tells EFCC. Imagine, ex-party chair, which means he was involved with them.
Continue.
Okay, moving on. Yakasi,
You're not nice.
he's right. Yakasi, IBM, Aruna to Buhari, don't pardon Kanu.
I didn't understand this. When I saw this, the first thing that entered my mind is there anything, I'm not supporting anybody, whatever anybody is doing, but my own is what's the Kanu case, Northerners see it as they took it up. And we have a lot of problem in Nigeria. Kanu is our least problem, as far as I'm concerned.
Okay, that's your opinion.
Yeah.
You think
No,
Kanu's
that's
issue
actually,
is
to me,
the least we
is
could
the
just...
least, yeah, we have a lot of things.
Kano is not the least. If you follow that case, you will know that a lot. Nigeria has its issues, but from the statements he made some inciting comments on air when he broadcasted through Radio Biafra. So there are a lot of things attached to it, but this is government. They can always come to dialogue. That's why the Attorney General said we don't rule out political solution, which the Ohanese is seeking now. So political solution can be part of it, but
Okay.
Moving on page 5. Bandit attacked Abuja Kaduna Road 4 days in a row on Sunday, November 21st, 2021, Monday, November 22nd, 2021, Tuesday, November 23rd, 2021, and Wednesday, 24th, 2021. 14 meters out of school children, potential Boko Haram recruits, Obasanjo. Married man, bride to be, found dead inside car in Kano. This can be found on page 32. On page 31, federal government to send 120 doctors to Guinea-Bissau. Troops kill 128 bandits in 2 weeks. That's a good news.
Okay. It is well. You believe the Nigerian army, Sha? At your own risk, my brother. That's the truth.
Move on.
okay. Moving on, Sandra, what do you have?
Okay, I have The Nation. On the front line, I have I brought agent. Okay, it's almost like what you read. I brought urgent laptop from Chidema. Witness tells the courts. You can see that one on page 2 on The Nation. New COVID-19 vaccine found in South African, Hong Kong ambition. You can see that one on page 5. All right, still on The Nation. Sowolu tagged the 700 homes in page 5. Shegu Aluya brought out of
Segun Awolowo.
Shegu Awolowo. Thank you so much. Shegu Awolowo brought out of NEPA. I hope. Okay, there's another story there. Okay, bandits are not terrorists. Court says the courts. Bandits are not terrorists. Okay, that's
Bandits are terrorists.
bandits are terrorists. Says courts. Okay, there's a lot of story on The Nation. You grab your copy and read more.
Okay, because of our time, we'll be running so fast. And on the This Day newspaper, in matching words with action, Emefiele inaugurates 500 million youth entrepreneur scheme. Yes, that's on the list story on the This Day. Senate threatens the WHO Saipem with arrest. Federal government, Nembe oil spill now under control. That's what you read, Ezekiel.
Yeah.
Yes, and also
Niger Delta.
oil market device defies US-led coalition strategy to lower rising prices. And also, yes, the INEC chairman is speaking. Human elements responsible for Beaver's underperformance in Anambra says INEC will start direct primary if Buhari signs bill. Registers 4,297 million fresh voters. Posts in Nigeria comparable to holding elections in the entire South, in the entire West Africa. And that's it on the This Day newspaper.
Let me quickly run through the Blueprint newspaper. Yes, I have this written boldly. Trained ad hoc staff, vehicle owners withdraw 11th hour, says Yakubu. That's the ANEC chairman. It further says, Nigeria's second largest presidential democracy in the world. Voters in 14 West African countries, 15 million less than nations, 884 million rather. Name, shame, contractors corrupting electoral process. Okoye tells me that. I think you can grab a copy on and read more on that. It's on the 6th page of that newspaper. And I have this. Nakon launches software on financial operations. Read more on the 5th page of that newspaper. EU may ban importation of Nigerian cocoa by 2022. Sifan president says this. You can read more on the 23rd page of that newspaper. And I have this too on 11.8 billion scandal. IU vows to probe past PDP administrations. You can read more on the 8th page of that newspaper. EFCC arraigns ex-Nezim Bank MD Oya over 1.3 billion naira fraud. Read more on the 5th page of that newspaper. On insecurity, Buhari gives service chief marching orders. Urges tight security at youth hide. Troops kill 90 terrorists. Arrest 21 in 2 weeks. Then it says 996 surrender.
Okay, and on the Guardian newspaper, again, Buhari orders service chiefs to tackle banditry, insurgency. Yes, that was meeting with the security chiefs yesterday. And only 27% African health workers only fully vaccinated against COVID-19, says who? That's page 3 of the Guardian newspaper. And Senate panel wants judiciary 2022 budget increased by 10 billion. Federal government threatens oil firms with sanction over spillage. That's on page 6, on page 15 of the Guardian newspaper. Yes. 27 telecoms operators unable to pay levies and return licenses. Nigeria risk 4th wave as South Africa detects deadlier COVID-19 variant. And I will relocate to US after my tenure. Obiano replies EFCC. And that's the much we can take on Guardian newspaper. And lastly, Solomon, what do you have?
On the Punch newspaper, fuel worth 12 points.
No.
Punch taken already.
Sun. Go to Sun newspaper.
Yeah, it's Leadership Friday.
Leadership Friday.
Okay.
Nigeria needs 207 billion naira for digital census. That can be found on page 22. IU to pro PDP's missing 11 billion on page 8. Despite military onslaught, bandits kill 48, kidnap 1,239 in 5 months. 996 terrorists surrendered, 258 killed in Northeast, Northwest in 2 weeks, DHQ. No rest for you until Nigerians enjoy peace, PMB tells security chiefs. Nigeria must bring down trade barriers for AFCFTA success, NGF. I bought Ataga's laptop. I think this news is...
Yeah. Just move on.
Yeah, moving on. Fashola Malami open completed Sokoto Tambuwal Jega Road. That's all I have on.
Okay, and that's the size of the package this morning on the newspaper review. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back again on Monday, 9:30 a.m. But on Friday, special edition comes up by 10:30 a.m. Remember, this is Lagoon Radio, your #1 online gospel radio in Nigeria, and the official radio of the Anglican Diocese of Lagos. We are transmitting live from the Assistance Palace right here in Marina, Lagos. Yes, download our app. That's all you have to do. Listen to us directly via the link www.LagoonRadio.Ng. From me, Anosike Chimezie, and
Kayode Ezekiel.
Ademo Solomon.
Sandra Chin.
Do have a lovely day and enjoy your weekend. And continue to enjoy all our programs.
You are listening to Lagoon Radio.